What up, everybody? How you doing on this beautiful Sunday? I am your host, D Loops, aka Do It All Loops, here with my boy
Artificial AV. What's going on?
What's up? Check it out, y'all. We are the creators of the Stew. We bring to you the Beat Club podcast. We're here with our special guest here extra early, Mo Pope in the building. Round of applause, y'all.
What up?
Yeah.
You already know, man. Marin, he's gonna be sprinkling in a little later, but we got our tequila here. Marin listens, so Marin, you're gonna be sprinkling a little later. But we got three fellas here. Shout out to everybody listening on Twitter, on their phone, on Facebook, on the beatclubpodcast.com, wherever you're listening. Thank you so much. We're feeling good. I feel like it's been quite some time since we've been here, but I'm glad we are back and we chilling. We got our tequila rocking. Me and Mo, we're gonna get our sip on. Avi, you kind of chilling today, right?
Yeah.
You wanna work tip?
Nah, I'm on the exhausted tip, yo.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Tired.
And then Marin, he's fasting, so he won't have any of this tequila that we gonna throw back a little bit today.
That's more for me.
There you go. Shit. Toast, brother. Pow. If you got some, pull up. There you go. With his coffee and everything. 1800's not bad. I can drink 1800.
Go down smooth.
Yeah, I can drink 1800 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm cool. But what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. It's been, like I said, some time. I think last time we was actually in studio was like May 6th, May 7th. It was right before the show.
Yeah, something like that.
But we didn't really get a chance to even talk about the show. But I definitely say May 13th at PA's Lounge, we had two dope-ass battles that came through. We had Chasey versus Elio Sound. And then we also had Evil Doer versus Self Serve. Now, if you guys took a chance to listen to our post on Tuesday on SoundCloud, you get a chance to hear the whole live experience. And at the end of the whole live experience, you got a chance to hear those two battles. Avi, how did you feel about the self-serve Evil Duo battle just out the gate?
That battle was like super close, man. The whole time I was like going back and forth like, okay, I think Self got the edge. And here comes Evil Duo with some new shit. He actually had like some new shit I've never heard from him before. It was like a different style. Usually it was. Usually it's like very unorthodox and outer space type sounds and
with a little dirt on it though.
But he brought he mixed that up with like the trap. And a lot of his bass was like booming real hard. So it was good to hear from him with something new, man. Yeah. Nah, I always say I love to play self-serve beats on the Beat Club podcast, but seeing him do it live, actually both of them, but that little fucking controller he had, whatever that was, that's a whole new experience.
Yeah, that's a whole new experience. Like, yo, self-serve, you need your own show, bro. Like, seriously, that was enjoyable as hell to watch. It was dope, man. And Chasey versus Elio Sounds. What did you feel about that? How'd you like that? Marin did his thing. Pairing all those battles up.
Yeah.
But how did you like the Elio Sounds? Chasey definitely did his thing.
Yeah, overall dope, of course. I think Chasey actually surprised me with some of the joints he had.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've heard him how many times? Like, 3 times now?
Yeah.
And I feel like during this time, he's been really polishing his sound and finding his pocket. So, yeah, he did his thing, too. One
thing I can definitely say as far as a beat battle with them, something that they did at the very last round, is they played slow joint for slow joint. Like it was like R&B sexy versus R&B sexy.
Yeah.
And that was cool because everybody's like, I'm about to, go for the juggler with this beat and it'd be, hard bass and drums. But nah, they went for sexy, and that was dope. That was dope. I had some people hit me up on Facebook as well asking, can they send R&B beats? Folks.
Same here.
Send any type of damn beat you want. Like anything. As long as it knocks. As long as it's
as long as it's dope, like yo,
pretty much, yeah. You can keep the whack shit to yourself, play it for your mom or whatever, but send the dope shit to us at the Beat Club Podcast. That's just is what it is, man. But those battles were dope. We had a good time, and now we're looking forward to June 4th. That is the Stew, episode 2, and we got a little surprise later on about June 4th, but we ain't dropping that yet. We ain't dropping that info just yet
for the next 2 episodes, actually. But yeah,
because it's all about us right now, waiting on Marin and Mo Pope here in the building.
Yes, sir.
So, I always ask this: how you feeling today? You good?
I'm good, but exhausted. Too much work going on, but
never too much work, brother.
That's a good problem. So I ain't complaining too much.
Mr. Mo Pope, man, how you feeling? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. Sunday, I cooked the family pancakes this morning. Mango
pancakes?
blueberry.
Damn. Oh yeah. Mango blueberry.
Oh yeah.
Them shits was delicious, weren't they?
I crushed those.
Yeah, mango. Them flavors sound like
I
the
crushed
bomb.
that.
Like that's not some shit you could pick up in the store. Like that's some homemade shit. Did you come up with that off the top?
cakes.
This my
Mo cakes.
hashtag Mo cakes.
Y'all invited next time. Y'all invited.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Damn.
Yeah, my son loved pancakes.
Mark's had the mo cakes before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He's had 'em
Damn. Mo cakes.
before. Came over for brunch a couple of times.
When the hell did you coin that phrase? Did you just coin that
Oh
phrase?
man,
right
I've
now?
been making mo cakes since.
They sound so well branded.
I've been making
For real.
mo cakes forever.
Yeah, like yo, you ain't got a mo cake?
Yeah.
Nah. So shout out to mo cakes, man. Get your mo cake game up. You know what I mean? But nah. So you good? Everything's
Yeah,
good?
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, our people
doubt.
on Twitter just they keep us company all the damn time. Shout out to D Sharp, man. High Def, how you doing, man? Thank you guys for tuning in on Twitter. You know we love
brothers.
your presence. But so wait, should we start off with the mo cakes and just got ready and came
Hey.
through?
Hey, yeah, we got started. I got started with the mo cakes, chilled with the little one. The little one helped me make them.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I got in the whip, came out to meet y'all lovely people.
There we go.
Hey,
Yo, shout out to all the dudes that be chefing. Just saying it. Even if it's, mo cakes or if it's lunch or if it's dinner, shout out to you just chefing, man, because there's not enough brothers out there just chefing it up.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
And making sure that the pancake is cooked evenly on both sides.
But yeah, see,
There's a method.
My problem is like if they're not round and if they're too thick,
Yeah. You're a perfectionist.
nah,
You've been making mo
I
cakes
throw
for
it out.
years.
I
huh?
don't even want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it on my plate.
Perfected the style.
It's not round enough. Bounce.
Round, it's gotta go. It's gotta
Treating it
go.
like the raps.
Oh man, that's what it is, man. So I'm feeling good as well, man. I don't really put my personal life out there too much, but I'm happy to say that I got engaged on Monday.
Clap it up for that.
Clap it up, yeah. Big
sir.
man things, big man things, you know? Big man
what's up.
things, you know what I mean? So completely, I mean, I didn't realize my girl sent me the approval thing on Facebook. I guess what really makes it official is when you put you're engaged on Facebook.
The Facebook stamp.
I didn't
yeah.
realize I was already married on Facebook. Like my status was married.
Oh, she tricked you.
Nah, for 6 years. Now I was just married to nobody on Facebook. And I was like, all right, cool. Now we engaged.
She
and
saw
shit.
that profile open
Yeah.
one day. She was like, "Yeah, you ain't."
Yeah.
Lock this down real quick.
I don't know how long I've been married because before her, I'm not even sure if I was still married because I didn't get I didn't get hit by no bitches beforehand. Before I met her, no bitches hit me up. It was just, but yeah. So I'm officially engaged, man. It was dope. Feeling good. We ain't talking about no date, no nothing like that. We gonna enjoy being engaged just for a little bit.
Got to.
You know what I mean? And yeah, might have to come home and do the Ball Johnson dance, baby. I know you listening. You know but yeah, man. So everybody's feeling good. Marin, hopefully you driving safe, brother, and you feeling good. I know you close by. But we definitely gonna hop into some Keep It or Cut It because we owe it to our fans, man, to make this thing happen. So without no further ado, you guys ready?
Let's go.
All right, cool. So check it out, y'all. What we do every week here at the Beat Club Podcast is we have people from all over, whether you're beat makers or producers, send beats. They log into the beatclubpodcast.com and they send beats to us. We do not screen these beats at all. We make a list, we listen to them, and we give you our one-two on how we feel about them and if we would keep it or cut it. All the keeps will get put on a playlist at the end of the month called Writer's Block, which will also be released on SoundCloud. So currently, like I said, Marin's not here right now, but we do got 3 right here, so we can knock this shit out. What we're gonna do right now, this is our first time listening to this person up here, right, Avy? We've never seen this person before.
Yeah, that name looks brand new.
All right, so we got a brand new submission.
The second, yeah, what was the
DJ
second
Ambush never saw it coming.
Exclusive.
The Beat Club.
So wait, so that was Mo Pope's view on DJ Ambush. Do you remember the beat, AV? Do I need to play it back one more time? Especially because we got Marin in the room now too.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it. I was doing my digital critique.
Yeah. How was you? You heard it enough to really comment on it? Or?
Yeah, I heard it. I had.
Well, Marin, you just fresh in the
I had
building.
headphones on and shit and all that.
Word?
So I was hearing.
Damn, you had your little mobile kit.
Yeah.
So what's the word then? What you giving it?
I was gonna keep it. I was
Word?
gonna keep it. Yeah, it was. It definitely was real minimal, but I liked the foundation of it. I thought it had potential enough to kind of be a record. It could be a record.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was cool, but today I'll keep it. I'll keep it today for the first one.
Nice. All right. Artificial AV.
Yeah, I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
Mo been stabbing producers left.
Yeah.
Oh no! Come on!
Marin must have ate before he came in.
Yeah, I did.
But nah, can we pull it up real quick?
Yeah, can we pull it one more
back
time?
Because I was trying to figure this thing out.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
I'm gonna say this. I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. But I don't. My only critique is I feel like the drums were a little too stiff. They could have a little more bounce on them. So, but I'll keep it. It was good enough for me. Something I'd rock to.
Yo, I don't know. I thought it was cool, but I don't think it was cool enough to make the mix. So I'm gonna have to say cut it. I felt like it was. I heard the drums. The drums did sound stiff, but it had potential. It just wasn't all the way there. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it. So wait, is that two cut it's on this side?
Yeah, that's two cut it.
Word.
I'm
Yellow Brothers is saying.
I don't know.
I'm standing by.
It might be because it's Gemini season, so we over here.
Yeah,
keeping it.
maybe. You know what though? How about this? What is Twitter saying right now about it?
Twitter.
Because it's kind of split down the middle right now.
Ren said, "Dope, keep it."
Don't keep that.
Don't keep it.
I'm not mad at it. Like
I'm not.
Yeah, that's how I
It's
felt.
like,
I said,
do we let it
I'm not
ease
mad
by?
at
Like
it.
Mo, do we let it ease by? Because we're kind of holding it up. 'Cause I said cut it, you said cut it. Do we let it ease by? Or we say we stand on our ground.
Nah. We, that.
I'm gonna stand my ground only
Alright, cool.
because
Yeah.
I can tell that producer has
probably
better.
potential to do
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
I feel you.
I
I mean,
could
if that's
tell.
the case, man, it doesn't make the cut.
That's true. 'Cause
Okay.
It didn't get the
It just
I
doesn't.
like that
It
rule.
doesn't
It
make
was
the
there.
cut. Yeah,
That
it's-
producer's
okay.
nice.
I
I,
like
could
that.
tell.
Yeah.
They got better than that.
Yeah.
Send
I was
another
I was about to
one,
say we
man.
could
It's like-
go to the poll.
I feel you.
we
I
could
was
put that
definitely
out
being
there.
a little nice, but because it had potential. It had potential.
It had potential?
to be dope. And I
Even
ran
though
with
Marin
potential.
says on keep it a cut, if you listen to the beat, ain't no room for potential here.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I said I'm being nice today. I am being nice. I'm being nice.
All right,
man.
so I think DJ Ambush was the first producer to really just have us like split down the middle right now.
Stalemate.
Yes, that's stalemate right there. So I guess we're just gonna keep on. They saying cut it, damn too cut. There's no power outages there. All right, yo. So we're gonna move on to the next producer. We got another new submission by Ryan Wachub. I don't know. I'm gonna need group assistance on this shit. So is that correct? Can we go
Job.
with Chubb?
I think so.
Ryan Wachub. So we're gonna put his name out there on Twitter. So you guys can follow him, let him know what it is. Submitted something called Insomniac. We're gonna listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast.
Oh, nice.
Let go.
Shout out Lil Yachty. Yes.
You good? Yeah.
Man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. The exploration of space will go ahead,
The Beat
going in it or
Club.
not. And it is one of the great adventures of all time. And no nation which expects to be the leader of other nations can expect to stay behind.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
So that was Ryan Waitchubb with Insomniac. Sorry if I slaughtered your name. I went to art school. So, Motivated Marin, what's the word? How you feeling about that?
Yeah, my first instinct is cut it, man. It's
That's the Marin I know.
No, but
That's the Marin I
see,
know.
the last joint had a little better melody to it, man. Like this was kind of I mean, I guess they were going for something dark. To me, it just sounded like knockoff RZA-ish, kind of knockoff Wu, like 92 Wu knockoff-ish. So I gotta cut it for that, man. Yeah, it just didn't. It had no feeling. It just kind of felt empty. But it was cool though. I mean, there was definitely some elements to work with. But yeah, I'll have to cut it this time, man.
All right. Artificial AV, what's the word?
Did y'all hear a bass line in that joint?
Not really.
I think that might have actually changed the beat if I felt the bass line, but I'm gonna cut it. Straight like
shit.
that. Yeah.
Mo Pope, what's the word? We passing the switchblade around. What's good? What's going
I'm
on?
gonna say that I do like the dirty drums. I'm from an era that them dirty drums is. I like them dirty drums, but they didn't do anything different. So I gotta cut that, man. I gotta cut it. Sorry.
That's already threw cut it in the room. So on Twitter they're saying it's real hip hop. I could hear Old Buster, a Black Moon on it. Fucking dope on some hip hop. So they was just kind of.
I don't know. When I hear comments like that, sometimes I feel like, then you're not from that era. Like you probably went back and listened to some shit, but you probably wasn't around when shit like that was out. I don't know. I don't know.
Coming at the young.
He got the Twitter switchblade right there.
I don't know. Because that don't sound like nobody name that I heard. Like I don't know. Black Moon wouldn't rap to that right there. I don't think so.
I have to say I have to cut it as well. I thought the drums were okay, but something about the actual notes just didn't sit right with me. I don't know if the notes just weren't working for me or the instrument playing the notes. It just that was the weakest link. Plus the bass line would probably have added to it as well. So that was a good comment by Artificial AV. So that's a cut it from me, cut it from Mo Pope, cut it from. Is that a unanimous cut it all the way around?
Unanimous.
Cut it.
So that's cut it. Right there. But thank you so much.
Dope freestyle feel.
Yeah, it did have a dope freestyle feel. Damn,
Yeah.
another cut it. Yeah, man, yo, we took a little break. We cutting everything right about now. We need fire. We need fire. Marin is sober. So he's really listening to them drums.
Yeah.
AV's tired.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
So we need something to wake his ass up. You know what I mean? Me and Mo, we drinking tequila, so we just need
tequila.
something. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Y'all-
Like,
they need to feel it.
compliment
man.
the 1800. We just need something to get the people going.
Then everything got cut today so far?
Yeah, so far we
pretty
no
much.
shit. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
it's alright.
on the
We ain't
street.
cut them. They just fell on our knife. It's cool.
Next one might save
The
it.
next one might save us. We gotta see. So we have a submission by First Official, aka Big Fish First.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure we
joint's
gonna
called.
get
I think he
this.
submitted it today. He submitted something today. I think this is the beat right here called "Be All Right." He's the cheat code. So
Yeah, he tends to not fail us, man. So
but let's let it play out.
All right,
let's let it play out. Let's not
man.
give him too much hype.
yeah, I
shall see.
know.
What's
Let me
good?
not hype it. Let me
Nah,
not
I mean,
hype it.
wipe that blade off. We cool? All right.
Let's get it.
Let's take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
we want to give him any feedback, or is there any feedback, or what do we think?
Yo,
Does anybody have feedback? Because I'll throw it to you guys.
he found his pocket, man. Like he got it sold. Like you know.
Yeah, that
I
is.
feel
his
like
pocket right
my
there.
only criticism is
Go
that
ahead,
he hasn't worked with this guy named Mo Pope.
That's the only critique right now.
I'm gonna put that out there right now. So
Yeah,
that
so
was dope. That's
that's
definitely the.
He said he literally just started listening when we threw the beat on. So that's first official. Yo, so
Oh,
first, you have one little bit of feedback right now from Mo Pope, and it's the fact that you haven't worked with Mo Pope yet. So for that reason, he might have to cut
Nah,
it.
that was fire. Nah, that was fire. That was fire.
Anybody else got anything else to say about that?
That's a unanimous, man.
That's
A
a
unanimous. Yeah, bro. Keep sending that fire, man. We look forward to hearing you on June 4th at the stew,
Yeah,
man.
I'm looking forward to hearing your vengeance, yo.
Yeah, you better come back, man. So
Yeah.
we have people on Twitter saying I dig it. Nice bass line. Our first keep well done.
And we gotta get the fams together.
yeah.
Yeah, that too.
That's what's up.
So that was our first keeper of the day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's a
So
keep. That's a keep all the way.
that was dope. You know, he's the cheat code right
Unanimous.
now. He's the B Club Podcast cheat code. So thank you, First Official. Keep on submitting beats. I know you got a bunch of beats anyways in the folder, but keep submitting more.
Shout out to that Reason.
Oh yeah, that Reason, right?
Yeah,
He's using the new VSTs.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
We
It
got
didn't
like-
drop yet, right?
We got like 4 more days.
Oh, okay.
Damn, the countdown's real.
Yeah.
So check it out, y'all. We have another submission by Sylvester. Oh, this is government names. Sylvester M. That's what I'm putting him as.
I think I know who that is.
You know who that
forget-
is?
I forget his
I don't want to put his government because I don't know who he owes money and shit. I'm cool. So we're just going Sylvester M with something called "Don't Compare Me" on the Beat Club podcast. We'll listen to it right now. Dimitri, we good with that one? Cool. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Yo, your face mode. Like you wanted more. All right, so Sylvester M with "Don't Compare Me." We're gonna toss it to Mo Pope because I'm interested to find out what that expression was on your face.
It's it because it starts out so promising. It starts out so like I'm thinking it's gonna go someplace crazy, and then it stays pretty much the same the whole way through. So gotta cut that.
So cut it out to
Gotta
get from
cut
Mo
it.
Pope.
Gotta cut it. But I could tell there's huge potential for that ear. Whoever did that, there's huge potential for the ear.
Sylvester M. See, first couple of seconds, I wasn't even interested. Cut it. This is off Twitter right now.
High def. I agree with you 100%.
cut.
Yep. People, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go over to Artificial AV. What's the word?
Yeah, I agree with high def. Could have went somewhere, but it didn't. So I'm cutting it.
Yeah, I think this is a unanimous.
It's unanimous? Marin set it off. It's unanimous.
Yeah, we gotta flex the unanimous muscle.
Unanimous
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so that's a unanimous cut it across the board, man. For Sylvester M, you had some dope things there, but it just didn't make the Beat Club podcast.
Yeah,
Minus
the drum.
Block Mix.
I mean, overall though, I think like the drum pattern was actually like cool, but I felt like he kind of just went too dark, and then like he kind of needed some like better melody,
Yeah.
something a little more infectious, something not like super bright and happy, but just something that felt good.
A gray area.
Yeah, the drums felt okay, and then it was like a nagging bass line, man. So play with melodies, man. Play around with the melodies.
You sound like we have some like emo producers as of late. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like real dark
Right
about now. Y'all guys need to go.
Nothing wrong with dark. I love dark, but
dark
you got to
cool.
be selective with the type of drums you use and, just
You
the
gotta execute
feeling.
the dark.
Yeah.
You gotta execute it properly. Like you said, execution, right?
Yeah, always.
Gotta get your Bret Hart on. You know what I mean? So that was a unanimous cut, right?
Yeah,
Across the board. So we're gonna go to our boy right here. We're gonna see what he's bringing. So shout out to Manny Beat Shy.
Yeah.
Submitted something called Never Fold. I'm not gonna spell it right now because the 1800 is affecting my vision. So but we're gonna get it popping. So Manny Beat Shy, Never Fold on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
So that right there was Never Fold by Manny Beat Shy. We're gonna toss it to Motivate Marion. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'll keep it, man. I'll keep it. Just dope vibe, dope drums. That like I don't know how to classify that sound, but it definitely was like a reverse something. Like I don't know what it was. The main sound that you're hearing in the beat, but that was just dope. It created a dope backdrop, a dope vibe, and all it was missing was some dope lyrics, man. Like it left enough room for the artists to do their thing, and that's important. So I like it, man. And the way the drums was like unpredictable, doing type of crazy drops, like just had that feeling. So I'll keep it.
All right, Artificial AV, what's the word?
Automatic keep it.
Out the gate, no feedback?
Yeah. Nah, I got nothing bad. I was just gonna say I like that he experimented with different sounds and tweaked certain sounds. Just like Marin said, he kind of did like a reverse on certain things. So that kept the beat interesting the whole time. That bass line, yeah, he drove the beat.
That's what's up. Mo Pope, what's the word?
Yo, definitely keep it. The neck, you could see everyone's neck moving the second it came on. Yo, yeah, definitely keep that. No doubt.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Twitter. They're saying pretty dope, very fire. People are bopping. Nothing I haven't heard before, but it was dope. I can agree with that. It wasn't something that blew me out the water, but it was definitely a dope vibe.
Like we say, gotta execute.
And he executed. The unpredictable drums, very, very, very much appreciated. So overall, Drizzy with the pepperoni.
Yeah, Drizzy would mark that.
You know what I mean? So overall, that's a keep it on mine. That's a keep it from everybody, correct?
Yeah,
Hey.
unanimous.
Free smoke.
Yeah.
Yo. So shout out to that was Manny Beat Shy, right? With Never Fold.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, sir. Keep on submitting beats. You already know we definitely love you here at the Beat Club Podcast. So keep on sending those hot ass beats, brother. So I'm gonna go over to a new submission by Bless One Music. Something called Old Me on the Beat Club Podcast. Let's take a listen right now. Cut it. Let go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Mopo, what was you saying? Go ahead.
I feel like definitely a good choice of a sample. I feel like it should be thanking whoever created that sample over the producer of this track. But you know, it's definitely there's the ear is there. You know, like if you picking samples like that, you well on your way to making something real fly. But I'm gonna have to cut that.
That's a cut it from Mopo. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it as well, man. Like I said off air, man. Yeah, it sounded like you started with that drum pattern and you kind of were like committed to it when you laid the sample over it. And you know, sometimes you just when that happens, you got to scrap the drum sometimes, man. Like you laid the sample out and you listen to it and you're like, yo, like the bass was, you know, like off key, and you know, it was just. The drums and the music didn't match the sample, and the sample was chopped pretty well. So you had something to work with. You had a good foundation to work with, but I gotta cut it, man. It's not ready yet.
Artificial AV, what's the word?
Took all the words right out of my mouth, brother.
Yeah, man.
I gotta cut it. Sample choice was dope. Drums were kind of off with the sample. They weren't talking to each other. They weren't having sex, so it didn't work.
The beat gotta have sex.
Yeah, the sound's gotta have sex.
They gotta have sex. You got to. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm not even gonna elaborate on that. I'm just gonna say that's a cut it from me as well. Overall, just the sample and the drums just weren't talking to each other, like AD said. I think that was well put. Scrap the drums, sample is real dope, and just go back with some new drums. It kind of sounds like you laid the drums first, and then just tried to clean up with a sample and threw it on top and try to make it all work. But not on the Beat Club podcast, so right now that's a but thank you for submitting. I'm sorry if that sounded raw, but I'm not sorry. I want you to go back and make more fire and submit it to the Beat Club podcast, because it's what you deserve and it's what we deserve. So bless more music, bless us
with some more music.
Not some old me, I want some new me to come through. All right, but good looks for submitting to the Beat Club podcast, man. So oh yeah, you know what? I'm very happy I heard that expression from this man's name. You familiar with his name?
Yes.
I'm happy that this brother is getting some type of recognition, because it's Melks.
Oh, Melks. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, this is Melks' first time like really submitting a beat. It's called so shout out to Melks, producer.
Shout out to the whole Suicide Squad.
Shout out to the whole Suicide Squad for holding it down, man.
Yeah.
Something called, I think you just named it Sample Heavy. So we're gonna listen to it right now on a Beat Club podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let go.
I know who would kill that right now.
Yeah. Who?
Melks.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Alright, Mopo, what's the word?
That's a keeper.
That's a keep out the gate.
I'm gonna keep it.
Couldn't wait to say that shit.
I'm gonna keep it.
Alright, let's keep it. Just no feedback, no nothing.
Nope. I'm gonna keep
Alright. Shout out to D Sharp with the post.
Sometimes it be like that, though.
Sometimes it be like that. Yo, D Sharp, by the way, you still gotta send that beat over, fam. I couldn't find it in a folder, so resend that. I was definitely looking for some loose connection as well. So yeah. But Mopo, about this Melks producer thing, you said you're just gonna keep it.
I'm gonna keep it. It's art. That right there was art.
Damn, you put the art label on it. I love it.
Gosh, that was beautiful. That's what I mean. That's what you hope for. You hope that you working with artists. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Very true.
All right. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
Yeah, man, that's a keep it, man. That was
Yeah?
keep it, man. Super dope, super jazzy. You know, plus it had that funk to it. It was dope, man. Super, super dope, man. Yeah, I don't really have any too much feedback, man. He freaked it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like even, you know, when he yo, the gifts are crazy.
Yo, y'all gotta chill on Twitter.
The
yo.
gifts are crazy, bro. Yeah, man. The
I love
gifs
you
are
guys on
crazy.
Twitter. I think Twitter is awesome.
And I just agree with y'all, man. It's as simple as that, man. I think this might have to be a unanimous keep as well. I think
Yeah.
it might be. It might be. I don't know.
Let's-
I don't know.
we gotta go around
I don't
the
know
room.
what these other guys have to say, but I'll
I'm
keep
just
it.
saying.
Man. I
So-
keep it.
It's unanimous.
Yeah.
My only feedback will be on the drums. They were a little stiff, so I would have added some swing to them, just a little bit. I don't know, 58% or some shit, shuffle, whatever
Yeah.
the case is. That's what I would have added, but it's a keep it though.
Plenty swing. What you
What you talking about?
Nah, when they were hitting,
You didn't hear the swing? Nah, go ahead.
when they were hitting,
I
it was
love
just
this
like-
type of conversation. Yeah.
It was kind of stiff, but yeah, I still rock with it.
You still rock with? So does that keep it?
So far, unanimous keep.
All right, so I'm gonna say that I thought it was definitely dope. At some points, it sounded like there was too much going on for an artist to get on it, but I appreciate the music as music. Like I didn't envision any type of vocals or anything like that. Like I don't know if you guys would spit on that track or even know
I
if there was
would.
a space to spit on that track.
I would.
I would
Oh,
spit on
word?
it.
Yeah, I would.
I didn't know if there was enough openings for like an artist to really put their stank on it because the
I
beat
don't
sounded
feel
like it was
like
doing too
many
much.
artists could like you
Yeah.
gotta get a
You need the
certain
right
type of
fit.
artist. Like I could definitely see Mark like
Yeah.
destroying something like
Like
that.
a
But I
Mark
don't think-
Marimo Pope collaboration type
that
shit,
could
right?
be.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
it
man.
could be.
I just try to make magic happen and shit.
We out here A&R projects.
Just saying. Just saying. It would be. I've never heard it before. I'm just putting it out there.
But I mean, the solution to that, though, I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely feel you because I mean, you know that
He was
that
slowing
sax
down
was the sax, you know, was
Yeah.
what the noisy part.
Yep.
But what he did was, like he filtered it at one point,
Filtered
you know,
it,
drop it out
slowed it,
and
yep.
then bring it back, and that's what you would do to kind of, you know, make it exciting and leave a little room for an artist. But yeah, it was definitely. I was surprised to hear that from Melks. Actually,
I was surprised to see.
I've never heard a Melks beat sound like
yeah,
that.
I was actually,
true.
I was really surprised because
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was gonna come with something different.
Yeah,
and
for
that
you.
was it was one of those good
Good,
surprises.
yeah, exactly.
So people are saying, fucking dope. He got his Basquiat on. Which, all right, definitely. That could be a standalone beat. Very true. It's 4. So that's across the board. Is that a keep it?
Unanimous.
All right, that's from Melks the producer or Melks producer on Twitter. We'll tag him as well. For all you guys that don't know, whenever we do post onto SoundCloud and it goes up on Tuesday, we tag each and every producer just so you can find them, hopefully build with them, communicate with them, make some dope projects, make some dope beats, and send it back to the Beat Club podcast. You know what I mean? Try to keep this cycle going. Yo, D Sharp has his gifts like preloaded.
I told y'all that.
He's on
Y'all,
point.
y'all was
He
trying to
knows
say,
what's there.
nah, you know the Twitter guy. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I know Twitter
Yo-
got him there, but he be ready.
Yeah, yo, but D Sharp, send that beat over, man, because I didn't find it, and I would definitely like to find it. So send that beat over if you could, because I couldn't find it unfolded, and I definitely want to get you some airplay as well, sir. But that was all keep its for Melks the producer, or Melks producer, or no Facebook Melks, whatever it is right about now. It's just Melks, MELKS. You can look him
Suicide
up.
Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So we got another submission from, this is a new producer as well. Terra Tunes with a Z, something called White Horse. I'm not sure if that's the White Horse I'm thinking, but we're gonna take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
It's Terra Tune, homie. Aha.
Get more of it, Demetri. We can let the rest rock if anything. It's cool.
The Beat Club.
I like it. I think.
Damn, man. I hate
Yeah,
shit
right.
like that. I
Yo,
hate
motivate,
shit
man. What's the word? You seem a little agitated.
Yeah, man, because it's frustrating, man. Beats like that frustrate me because it's like it's just the drums, man. Like, so I can't keep it. You know what I mean?
That's
gotta,
real shit.
I gotta cut it because, like, you know, in this, like, you know, it could have been a real like, just dope dynamic, man. Because it's, you know, like that. You know, the music almost sounded kind of cheesy at first. Like, it was just kind of like, okay, what's this? And then it built up a little bit. So, you know, you needed that contrast. You needed, like, and the drum pattern was cool, but with that music, you needed you needed some dirty drums with that bounce. The drums needed to be dirty and have that same sort of bounce, but not that light plastic trap sound. Like, the drums needed to be super dirty with that same type of bounce. Like, I heard a really dope beat. It had the potential to be a dope beat, but I gotta cut it, man.
Okay.
I gotta cut it, and I hate to have to cut it.
I'm really only. I mean, I thought that had a lot of potential. The mix was really bad. The drums were way lower than what they should have been. This whatever, I don't know if that was a sample. If they played it themselves, because it sounded like they played it themselves. That was dope. I was actually into it. But when you ain't got that, I mean, come on. If you talking about hip hop or producing, the drums gotta be right.
That's where it starts, man.
You know, the drums was not right. You can't even lie to yourself about that. You know, so there you have it.
Yeah.
Artificial AV, what's the word?
I got no feedback, yo.
Do you have a decision, sir?
Yeah, I'm cutting that shit.
Oh, damn. All right.
Straight up, yeah.
I'd have to agree with everybody else as well. I just felt as though the drums were lackluster. However, the instrumentation over the drums, everything else was right. It felt like almost like a movie score in a way, or very theatrical, or I don't know. I can use AV's word, soothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like I could hear it in a spa or something like that. But the actual drums just didn't entertain me enough to say keep it. So what?
I agree with that.
In a spa, right?
Yeah.
Like you can get like your back massage.
Little urban spa.
Yeah, urban spa.
Some trap music.
Trap
Some trap music. Some chill trap.
That's probably a genre for real too.
Trap music. Yeah. Get your trap music on. You know, get them joints in any urban store. You know what I'm saying? Mass Apparel. Get some trap music in your store.
So wait, is that a cut it across the board from everybody?
Yeah, that was a unanimous.
So there we go, man. That was a unanimous cut it across the board. But thank you so much for submitting. Terror Tunes, will definitely tag them on Twitter and on the SoundCloud when it posts on Tuesday. So we have one last beat to get through. I believe this person came through the event on May 13th. Stealth Gibbon. This is a real tall dude, right?
Yeah.
That brother was like 7'7" or something. He was tall as hell. But he submitted a beat, man. He definitely did his thing at the Beat Club Podcast live event in Somerville. Shout out to PA's Lounge for holding it down. And submitted some beats and something called Emergence. So we're gonna listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep the cutters. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Mopo, what's the word? I just threw it at you. Threw the gun in your lap. That's all you.
No.
That's messed up.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's got there's a lot of distortion. There's lots of mixing problems. There's the updating of sounds in music. Yeah, all of that.
And all that equals
all that stuff. Cut it.
Cut it from Mo Pope. Motivate Marin's like, yeah, that's right. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
Yeah, nah, I gotta cut it, man. Gotta cut it.
What didn't rub you right?
It sounds like the you know, like it sounds like some like like you know, like those preset sounds, like the, you know, like kind of like when you get a new program and they have like the things that are kind of already music. That's what it sounds like. That main sound that you hear in it, it almost sounds like something
Like
that was
stock sounds.
yeah,
stock
like
filters.
a stock, like a stock loop.
Sequence,
Like that,
Yep.
Like Casio.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
sequence
Casio, Yamaha.
Oh man,
Oh,
I ain't gonna do him that dirty, but maybe you know, I don't know, you know, maybe it came with machine. You know what I'm saying? Because when I spoke to him, he said he used machine.
Alright.
So you know that's what it kind of sounded like. But yeah, man, it's just not ready yet, man. The drum pattern was cool though.
It's coming. It's coming. You can tell it's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Start with that. Start with your drums, and you know, just build better music around it. You know what I mean? And definitely pay attention to your mixing. And if you're not somebody that's like, and Machine is not great with like mixing like within the program. Like that's one of the things that I don't know, that they got to figure out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like within it, like, so you got to be real minimal. Like you don't really want to be messing too much with like the, you know, effects and things that they have within that. So just drag and drop that into whatever else, Pro Tools or Logic or whatever you're using, and mix it in there. Because the stuff within Machine, it's not. So it sounds like you were using like the effects within Machine, and what happens is you start using those effects on all the sounds, and then they start canceling each other out, and then you start tweaking it, and then that's what makes it sound distorted. Because that's what was happening when I first got Machine. It was like I'd bounce beats out, and then I'm listening. I'm like, damn, it's like super loud because I'm trying to turn it up. I'm using the compressors within it, and it's like, no, bounce that shit out. Be minimal. Keep the levels away from the red. Keep it real minimal, and then bounce it into Pro Tools or whatever.
So you mix in Pro Tools?
Start tweaking. Yeah, that's where I mix. But I haven't really been, you know, going crazy mixing yet. But within Machine, when I bounce beats out, I just keep it low. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do anything too crazy, and then I'll wait till I get to the studio and have those guys, the engineers, do what they do.
Give yourself some headroom, man. That's what it is. That's the right thing to do sometimes.
Yo, less is more, man. Less is more.
Yeah,
just
very much so.
Keep it simple.
Artificial AV, what's the word?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that too. It was too airy, and
Yo, this Twitter is off.
yo, Twitter, y'all look crazy, man. I can't even think straight. But
I love Twitter for just this reason.
I kind of heard the direction, but that first sound was actually throwing me off, and then it just became too much clutter within the beat. Drums were dope. It actually sounded like a hip hop horror film type of beat, which is different. But I gotta cut it, man. Yo, this GIF right here is
Yeah, that GIF. I don't even know where you found that GIF.
yeah, bro. That's
That might be homemade. I don't know. That's new. I'm gonna say I felt as though there was an overage and reverb on the track, and not really sure. Yeah, just take off the reverb. Sometimes I can't really judge your sounds until I hear them really crisp and clean. The reverb took away from it. It made it kind of sound, I don't know, just not plush enough for me. So take that off. I've never really used Machine before, so I didn't know that people had those filters and such. But I've done stuff on my iPad where you don't pay attention to the actual sounds as far as the effects you put on them. You just get the idea down and then bring it somewhere else and mix it all together to make it sound like something. And I think that was the one step that was missed before this beat was sent over. So that's a cut it from me, cut it from Artificial AV. It's unanimous across the board.
unanimous.
Right there, right now. And yeah, even on Twitter, they're not necessarily feeling it right now, but definitely keep on submitting. Thank you so much for coming through to the event and also submitting a beat. That was Stealth Gibbon with Emergence on the Beat Club podcast. Dimitri, are we good to take a break before we come back with Mo Pope? Talk that talk. What up, everybody? We are back from our break here with Artificial AV. Motivate Marin.
Yeah, that's the word.
And our special guest for today, Mo Pope. Round of applause once again. More palms. Yeah. We had to make sure we caught the, you know, the audio of Marion clapping because he was digital clapping before. We were all in the building, man. Thank you so much, Mo Pope, for coming through.
Right up. Thanks for having me, y'all.
So you got a chance to play some Keep It or Cut It. You know, let the producers know what it is. Let people know who you are, just so they can get familiar.
From Roxbury. I'm from this band called STL GLD, and I've been doing music in the city for about 20 years now.
Well, 20 years?
20 years.
Even know that.
Easy.
20 years.
Word? Easy.
20 years.
I didn't know. Yo, the first time I ever met you was at Greenfest, like years ago. You were performing with Jay Tronius. You were there.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I was like, when I was watching the performance, because we had the
That's
table.
the one we was at?
Yeah, we was at Greenfest. That was
so
him.
that was the first
He had
day
the
too, then.
like the megaphone,
megaphone.
and the distortion pedal or something.
What was
I
that,
like,
2011?
I don't know.
Yeah, it
bro.
had to be.
It was
Or
a long time ago.
Probably 2012.
So
But you guys lit that
Alaska was still.
Yep, Ola. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
She was
You had a turntable. Like you had probably the most elaborate setup out of everybody else that even came with like a live band and everything. You had like a turntable. You had something else on the table. Was Rain there as well? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that was back when
yeah.
Rain.
Yeah,
That was
like he had the
because
whole
Rain.
setup.
It
He had
was
the
Rain.
megaphone with the pedal. I was like, yo, this shit is dope.
Yeah.
That was like my first time. You know what I mean? So
What's up? Yeah, I'm still doing that.
still doing that.
Doing that.
What made you think of the whole megaphone thing like that? That shit was genius in a way.
I don't know. I grew up during an era where you don't copy nobody, and I was trying to be different, you know, like than other cats. I felt like there was already your terms, there was already your SOs, you know, and acrobatics and lifts and edos, and like I felt like I needed to try to do something different and creative, so I started using the pedals, the delay pedals and stuff like that, and I play guitar as well, so you know, adding that into the music and you know, using the megaphone just to stand out a little bit and to just try to create a different sound, you know.
That I can definitely say that was one thing I truly remembered from being there, and I was like, yo, like that's dope what he's doing. Why? And the tent would like fill up, then leave, and then come back and fill up again. And I remember it was like a nighttime. Yeah, and you guys killed it. So that was my first little Mo Pope experience, man. So
Moses. That's what I call him. I always mess with him.
Word. Did you hear about Mo Cakes? Did you listen to about Mo Cakes? You don't know about Mo Cakes?
Nah.
You don't know about Mo Cakes? Everybody knows about Mo
Some
Cakes, man.
cakes,
Come
though.
on,
Zach,
man.
You had Mo Cakes before. We had
Oh, when you did the
when I do pan.
when the brunch,
Hey, yo,
the
Marin,
brunch,
would you
yeah.
keep a cut the Mo Cakes?
I would keep them.
You would keep them?
They were
Alright,
official.
just checking.
They were official.
I made pancakes for the little ones today. I made mango blueberry pancakes.
Tell me that flavor don't sound official as hell, right?
That's official right there.
I'm gonna go home and try that shit.
Nah, that's
doubt.
Yeah, actually, on a couple of occasions, actually, yeah.
Damn, you had a couple of Mo Cakes?
Yeah. That's family right there, man.
Word.
That's
I gotta
fam,
find
man.
out whose house to go with for some Mo Cakes, man.
That's fam.
Me and LA got to slide through. Man.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, man, the main thing with Mo, man, that always stood out to me, man, is that like it's beyond hip hop has always been like a fusion of different sounds, different genres, you know. I mean, ultimately it all starts with black music, you know what I'm saying? Like rock and roll is black music. But if you were to pick 3 different artists, 3 different genres that shaped your sound completely.
You took my question, bro.
3 different artists that shaped my sound completely.
Yep, 3 different genres.
Okay, 3 different genres. I'm gonna say Black Thought, because Black Thought was like my everything. That was the first time that I was like, and I like, I obviously love Tribe and De La and all that, but Black Thought was the first time I was like, yo, I want to be like that guy, like right there, this dude from the roots.
Dope.
I was like, I want to be like him. So I'm gonna pick Black Thought, and then I'm gonna pick Radiohead from rock. It's just it's electronic, it's rock, it's blues, it's folk, it's everything combined into one group. So Radiohead for sure. And then I gotta say Marvin Gaye, man. Yeah. And it's like, I know that's probably an easy one. I know I could delve it. I could have picked I could have picked Donny Hathaway. It says storytellers like the R&B, but the thing is that Marvin Gaye, man, he decided to switch lanes at a time where it wasn't easy to switch lanes, and he took a big chance by doing something that matters at a time when no one was really doing that. I think the person that was spearheading talking about things happening in the world was James Brown.
Yeah.
And that was really his lane.
Curtis too.
Like, you know, yeah, Curtis too.
Yes, sir.
But Marvin wasn't into that.
Yeah.
So when he did it, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And
I always thought that like Marvin probably started smoking some good weed and then that's what shifted. Like, no, I'm being dead. I'm being dead. Yo, it sounds funny.
Let's give a shout out to Marvin's Connect.
Yo, I'm dead ass.
Go ahead, Marion.
Dead serious because like even the vibe, like he just started growing the beard, started rocking the kufi, and he just looked like he was smoking some, like whatever that shit was back then. Like,
I hear that. You know what the record was for me though when I was a kid was Hear My Dear.
Yeah, that's my favorite Marvin Gaye album.
That's my favorite.
You
Marvin
said that
Gaye
recently.
record.
Too.
Yeah, I was talking about that.
Definitely
I think we was talking about that.
My favorite. That's my favorite record.
Yeah.
Like,
The Divorce
y'all know-
album.
so y'all know the backstory.
That's the
behind
Divorce
record,
album.
right?
Tell us.
So the backstory is basically he's getting a divorce from his wife, and the judge, when his alimony he has to create a record for his wife, you know, and all the proceeds from the record go to his alimony.
Wow.
So the judge forced him to make a record because he had no money at the time, and he'd already, you know, drugged it away basically, and basically like what happened is he made this scathing diss record. It is a complete like fuck you to your face to his wife. But and it's like you open up the vinyl, right?
Yeah.
And in the middle is a Monopoly board, and there's Marvin's hand like this with a little record. So it's a big hand with a little record, and on the other hand is an outstretched female hand.
Yeah. Oh, I love the pettiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on her side there's like a house, a car, a stack of money, and then on his side is literally just a piano and a microphone.
Yeah.
That's it.
I never knew that. That's dope.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yo,
The Divorce album, man.
It's an amazing record. And that to me, like, in 3 albums, he did Sexual Healing. He did, you know, the
Let's
political
Get It On.
record. Let's Get It, you know.
And then
Let's
What's
Get It
Going On.
And then What's Going On, you know. And then he did that diss record to his wife.
That's cool.
You know?
I never knew
So
that.
it's like, yo, dude, and then forget about all the Motown stuff he did for many years before that. That right there to be the age that he was, and to be that good at the age that he was, doesn't make any sense. He just got better, you know. So yeah, it's amazing.
So that was his 3 picks right there.
Yeah, that's official.
Those are super
That's
efficient.
super
And you gave
efficient.
us some knowledge as well. I never knew that. I'm gonna go home and listen to that shit today.
Oh yeah,
I never knew that.
The Divorce album. I shouted it out.
I mean,
yeah.
shit. Should I listen to it? I just got engaged. Should I listen to the Divorce album?
Do it. I mean, come on, do it. Come on, you know.
Nah, because I heard you say something about it and Mo talking about it. So it's
Yeah.
like I really gotta listen to this shit now. Because sometimes I skim music and I listen to just like the overall vibe, but I don't know the message behind it. So now that I know the message behind it, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
Like is it on some like last relationship diss record I really heard was like Eamon a long time ago. Like, fuck you, you hoe.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yo.
but he got slotted on the way back. Like, shorty ripped
Yo,
the record.
Milk D produced that record too from Audio 2. You know,
Yeah.
Milk D
No.
was a producer on that record.
No.
And that record was huge. That
was
was
super
like
huge.
that. I didn't realize how big that song was.
Dude, I
man.
was
white
in-
dude from Staten Island talking about F you, you hoe. Like,
I don't want you. Nah,
yeah,
yo.
Jammin' used to play that shit every day.
Marin,
I remember
I
that.
worked at Mattapan Music for like 4 to 5 years. When that shit hit a mixtape, you won't believe how many dudes came in just for that one song. People would spend $10 just for that one song.
And the song wasn't really that great.
wasn't.
I didn't understand. It was just
wasn't.
the sentiment, right? Just like
it was just.
people was just
felt
waiting
that
to
way.
say F you, hoe.
Yeah,
You know what?
I don't want you back.
Sometimes you gotta say F you, hoe.
Yeah,
It's just the
you know what I
truth.
mean. It just happens sometimes. You know what I mean. So,
But yeah, I mean, you listen to record. There's my favorite song on is "You Can Leave, but It's Gonna Cost You."
Yeah.
She said you can leave, but it's gonna cost you.
damn.
But I mean, but he's Marvin Gaye, and although he's dissing her, it's one of the most beautiful records I've ever heard in my life.
I gotta listen to it.
Yep, it doesn't sound dark at all.
Yeah.
Like he's saying some some cold stuff, but it does the music and the vibe
won't
is
even
super
check.
soulful and
See, if I make a petty record, my shit's coming out dark as hell. I'm putting out all the laundry, putting out everything, just everything.
Switch
Your
blade.
beans taste like shit. I'm just lying, baby. Your beans are delicious, but I'm just letting you know that I'ma just pick on some shit.
Stop
Yeah.
talking while you ahead, bro.
All right, cool. I love you, babe. All right. All right, cool. Go ahead, my fault.
Nah, man. Speaking of which, man, like, talk a little bit about your journey, man, because you definitely, been in different group situations. I mean, and technically, you're always like somewhat in a group or a band, but you kind of definitely stepped out more as a solo artist at one point. But talk about, just break down like a little bit like of the beginnings to where you are now, like in terms of like the collectives you were a part of. But not only that, but like where do you feel like you had your voice? Because there's always that point where it's like, this is my voice, like this is where I'm coming from for real.
I feel like from the beginning, how I started was I was walking down the street one day. I was 18 years old. I seen this guy rapping on the street corner, and he's beatboxing for money. And he's like, "Yo," looks at me. He's like, "You rap?" And I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Yeah, you do. You just don't know it yet."
What?
Wow. So
wow.
I came back there the next day. And then the next day I started kicking with him, and I would stay in the house every day for like a year, rapping and listening. Like, you gotta think of what records were coming out during that time. Black Moon, the Fugees' first album, The Roots, like, it's like Wu-Tang, like the Purple tape came out.
You had timeless
that
records
time.
at that time.
Yeah, so it's like I was
This is
learning
like 94,
and listening,
96.
I was learning
era.
and listening during all that time, and like things were just I just got really into it, and he was right. I was meant to do this, I felt like. And so I got into my first album was this group called Mission, and from there I went to this group Electric Company, and from there we went to Project Move, and there was a certain point that I felt like I needed to speak what was in my heart and not worry about what other people thought. And that's when I broke away and started doing pretty much my own thing, you know. And then it became like, all right, if we're a collective, with the producer, I always felt like the producers don't get enough shine, so and I come from the Gangstars and all that stuff like that. The producer don't get no shine, so then it became Mo Pope and Mo Pope and Rain, Mo Pope and Head Nod, Mo Pope, so that's when that stuff started happening. And then, Still Gold is pretty much the same thing. It's like Mo Pope and the Archetype. Yeah. So I feel like I've just found my voice now.
Dope.
For the first time.
Dope.
To be perfectly honest. Like it's not that I haven't been comfortable or I haven't been confident in my skill, or I know I can spit. That's not the issue. I just felt like for the first time I feel like I'm a better musician today, and I feel like I can do anything. Whereas before I had this like, I'm not as good as this guy, I'm not as good as that guy, and it's like I'm not taking that anymore. I'm just kind of like, I'm pretty nice, and I know it.
You gotta pat yourself on the back sometimes. Like, you need that.
And it's okay for me to say that, and not, it's okay for me to admit that I'm pretty nice. Before I was like, trying to be humble, and like that's good. That's good, but it is also okay to admit that like I'm pretty nice. It's like I worked hard.
Let me ask you a question: are you more critical of the records you put out now, especially because you reach that plateau, or not even plateau, but you reach that point where you realize you're gifted in this realm, in this world. So do you start judging your records differently, like the stuff that you start writing? Are you more harsh on yourself now?
I've always been harsh on myself. There's no question, but the thing is like. Now I feel like because of where I am now, and because of like, the older you get, the less opportunity you get too. It's like from the inner city, you brown in Boston, the less opportunity you're gonna have.
Right.
But also, the older you get in hip hop, the less opportunity you're gonna have. You can be a rock artist and be 45 and just be getting your first start.
Yeah.
You know, and you become huge, and that don't happen with hip hop. Like, you know, it's like, so although all the greatest hip hoppers are
They're
older,
all old.
you know what I'm
They're
saying?
all old.
Most of them are
Jay-Z is
You know,
pushing
so-
50.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess my only
You know?
argument with that would be like, I know before you change his name, Titty Boy into 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz
Yeah,
popping. He was
Titty.
like 37.
36 is probably
Yeah.
when he really
It's
started
like he's
to
like the
pop
only
off.
person I know.
And he's
I'm like,
and to me, in my opinion, he's getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better
Yeah.
with
He's
time.
getting better.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
getting
Like,
better.
and I liked him when he was Titty Boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like I was a fan back then. You know, so and you know, when he was 2 Chainz, it was you know, it was all right.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
but like I like what lane he's on now.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he's starting to get into the big pun realm. You know, where he's like,
Yeah.
you a upper echelon of legend. You know, he's starting to get at that point.
Yeah.
to me, you know, like
so let me ask you a question. What is your goal with your music? Like, what is it to?
Actually, I meant to say Bun B. My bad.
Oh, Bun B.
Bun B.
Bun, yeah.
Up in another. He's
Yeah.
at Bun B.
Yeah.
He's starting to get at that status for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Bun B never spit a whack verse.
no.
Like, yo,
can't-
like Bun B, I'm sorry.
It's
He's one of
weird.
those
I have to
guys.
go back and listen. I've always listened to Pimp C instead. Like I have to
Yeah,
go back and
Pimp
listen.
C
to
got the drawl and the voice,
got it.
and the energy, but Bun B is kind of like he's an assassin, bro.
Damn,
Bun,
I gotta listen.
Bun
Yeah.
B for me was one of those dudes where I never really listened to him too much, and then all of a sudden, I was like, how did I miss this? And then I was like, I was on it, like from that day forward.
Yeah.
I was on it, but yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
But I was asking, what is your goal with your music? Like, what is the highest goal that you say, you know what, I did it? Which, because some people's like, yo, I want to make $1 million off my music. Some people say, you know, I want to retire off my music. Some people say, I just want to move people. Like, what is your goal with your music that you put out, seeing that you found your voice? And
It's funny. I just had a conversation with the hip hop transformation kids a little while ago. Shout out to them, and I wanted them to know that you can have a career in music and not necessarily have the fancy car and all that stuff like that. It's like, yo, I'm pretty successful. I've made a pretty good amount of money, and I've had longevity locally.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And abroad and overseas. So yeah, it's my name in on MTV every 2 seconds. No, you know, it's like, but with that being said, I've had a great career and it continues to keep going. And unfortunately, it sucks that I feel like I'm getting better now as I'm getting older. You know, it's like, so the last record I did is by far, I feel like the best record I've ever made. You know, so and I feel like I'm getting better, you know, in my mind, vocally.
no, I
we
just
should
said-
get better with time, though.
I would hope so.
You
yeah.
know,
it's like, why?
We should get better with time.
Does that happen with MCs all the time?
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but see, the thing about it to me though is like when you're young, there's a certain type of energy where you're not thinking as much. So a lot of talent that we heard when they were young, they were just being free and not really spending time, and some of it's just genius, right? Like when you think of you know, anybody, like even like a young Nas or somebody, right? We can all agree Nas is one of the greatest MCs we've heard.
He's definitely
Right?
is.
But he was so ahead of his time. I don't think he was really thinking too much about what he was doing. He was just doing it. And I feel like what happens with MCs sometimes is they get to a point where they start thinking about. The only thing we were thinking about is like, yo, okay, this dude, all right, like I'll speak for myself.
Yep.
KRS-One is probably like one of my heroes, right? I just felt like, okay, off this influence, I want to just be considered as great as KRS. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to KRS to be like, I'm dope.
Yeah.
That's all I really thought about. But then I think as we get older, you start thinking about what's going on now, because now there's a whole youth coming up under you. So you're like, damn, how do I stay current? And that's where MCs fall off.
Yep.
But MCs don't fall. MCs get better when they continue to just stick to doing them and sticking to the aesthetic of the level of that you looked up to when you started.
Oh yeah,
that's it. So yeah,
but
to
music does change though.
Yeah, music changes.
It's like
music changes, but Nas is still Nas. When you hear a Nas verse now, it ain't that much different than what we heard in 92.
You're absolutely right.
In 94.
He's still crushing.
And he still gets better, though.
He's still crushing.
Yeah, he still gets better because all he has to do is just mention some references of what's going on right now. Like,
good.
He might talk about a drink that's out right now, or some shit he's wearing right now, or something like that. You talk about what's going on around you, but you don't change the aesthetic of who you are as an MC. And that's where a lot of MCs do fail, because they turn whack, because it's like, dude, you're trying to be young and you're not. Like you're trying to be a kid. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, like, I've always switched up and tried to try new things, and I think that's something that I've been.
No, I was just checking, make sure you was good.
I've been afforded the chance to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people get the chance to do that, but they also, like, I've been able to make mistakes. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And people still rock with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is Mo being artsy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
More like, you know, or whatever. But yeah, you know, I feel like at this point, I feel like I'm making relevant music and still staying true to myself at this point. Like, you know, in my lifetime. And yeah.
So
I hope
so
it keeps going.
You mentioned something that you're working on that I thought was phenomenal. I wanted to share on the radio as well, because I actually just watched something on, like, I was YouTube surfing and coming across celebrities that do more than what you think. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and when I've always known Mo Pope as being the MC. I didn't know you were on this other venture that you were telling us about with this whole school thing as well.
Oh yeah, that's
Can you, like, that's dope. So could you actually just plug that out there as well? Because I would love to know exactly what you're doing when it comes to that realm.
Well, we opening up a school in JP, and it's called Stony Brook School. And we already, me and the lady have a business called Mama and Me that's been open for 10 years, and it's done very well. And the lady has worked very hard on that for many years. And the thought process behind this is, you know, to take what we've learned over the many years and put that into a school. It's always been the dream, and now we're finally being able to make it happen. So,
and what grade was that again? Like, it's a
preschool.
What made you guys decide on preschool? It was just
because I think that's the best part. You capturing them at the point where their mind is the most active, and if you instill in art, like right from the beginning, like literally right when you come out. So that's what Mama and Me is. That we had art classes for toddlers, you know. So,
that's dope.
Had art classes and, you know, tumbling and stuff like that, and we did prenatal care and all that stuff like that for the adults. And you know, it's just one of those things that, like, if you start them out right out the gate with art, the hopes is that they'll always have that in their soul and in their body, and it'll be something that they will always have, you know. And yeah, that's what we're trying to instill.
That's dope, man.
Shout out to Shannon, man.
Yeah,
round of applause for that, Ram. Round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Education early, man. That's dope. That's dope.
I know. I got to make sure I get my dibs on the registration for my daughter. I put it on air. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the pressure on the answer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good on registration, right? I'm good. I'm good in enrollment. Okay, I'm good.
It's one of those things, and like we're both. Me and the lady are getting to follow our dreams, which is a lot of people don't get to do that. Like, you know, especially coming from where we come from. Like, we don't get to do that. So, it's crazy time.
So let me ask you this: one of the projects I had from you that I bumped from maybe well over a year. I'm bad with the name, but I know the artwork because you guys sitting on a couch.
Let the right ones in.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That joint played in my stereo for well beyond a year. Like
That's
easily.
what's up.
Like it was my joint. Animals, not like my joint. Yeah. What is your process of picking production for your projects? Because everybody's is different. Do you just like get a bunch of beats, or do you have to be there when the production is happening? Like what is your process like?
I'm very vocal with whoever works. So usually what I do is I work with one artist from beginning to end. So
On one project, you just like, this is what I'm working with.
on one project. Now there might be like 1 or 2 songs where I grab from,
Yep.
but the bulk of the work, this is like if the record is 12 songs or 9 songs or whatever, the bulk of that is one producer. You know?
And that's for what, cohesiveness or what?
That's just because there's a lot of things I want as an MC, and there's a lot of things that producers want to try as well. You know, and it's like, so it is a chance for both of us to try out something and to get to a certain place to where we're both happy with a certain product. The thing that I've seen with a lot of artists that I love is like when you get a beat here and a beat here and a beat here, it's like, unless you're a great artist, which is like there are definitely a lot of those in Boston, unless you're a great artist, but there's a lot that aren't.
Yeah.
We know that too.
Yep.
So if you're a great artist, you're able to maneuver that world where you're like, I know exactly what I want and this guy has that, and I know exactly what I want and that guy has that. And not everybody has the time to work with someone to get them to the place where you can get that from all the things that you want from one person. I'd rather take the time and work with that person to get what we both want. You know, we keep working on it and keep working on it and keep working on it until we get what we want.
Have you ever brought something to the table and people were like, you almost dropped a challenge on somebody in a way? Like, yo, this is what I really want to go with this.
Yes. I mean, let the right ones in.
I think that happens with all those projects.
Yeah.
I think.
I've heard little things. That's what I was wondering. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you, I'll give you a little thought on it. Like when I met Rain to do Life After God, which was the record before Let the Right Ones In.
Yeah, I remember that.
He played me about 100 beats in one day. We picked one.
wow.
We picked one, and then I told him, yeah, this is nice how you sound like Pete Rock and all that, but I don't want to sound like Pete Rock. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like, I was like, yo, Pete Rock has this sound and it's dope, but like we're gonna do something different. And then we came up with that record. And then after that, he was sampling on that record, and after that, when we did Let the Right Ones In, I was like, I don't want to use any samples anymore. I was like, I play the guitar, you play the drums. Let's make a record that, you know, we can make money off of versus, you know, just putting a record out just to put the record out. Like,
How many tracks did you play the guitar on?
I ended up, well, it's not really the process. Like there are ideas I have where I'll play him the idea or whatever, and then he'll take that and flesh it out.
That's
You know
dope.
what I'm saying? So my guitar might not make it at all. He might have played the Rhodes or something like that, or he'll take my idea and completely do something that's in that vein but better. You know what I'm saying? And then there's like, you know, there are songs like there are 2 songs that I played on Let the Right Ones In that I actually where I'm playing the guitar. So
Dope. So I didn't know. I love the back. Yo, I think it's because of the digital era. We don't really have liner notes and shit like that too much. I appreciate that stuff. So I'm like, oh snap! Like Mo
That's
played the
what's
guitar on it. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
So
what's up. Yeah, it's and it, you know, so it took this dude almost a year to figure out how to make a record like that, but he did it. I mean, it's frustrating. It's a lot of work, and it might not happen, but it usually does happen. The same thing with this dude Archetype. What he just did on our last record, he's never done on anybody else's record. Now I've heard him work with all these different people, from Esh to Slain to you know,
Everybody.
Rusty
Jugs. I've heard all type of crazy
it's
stuff.
like Rusty Jugs. I've seen him do his thing, and like I've always loved his beats, but what he just did on this record is completely different than
dope.
anything he's done before. And so he stepped his game up. He did something different.
Yeah.
That I don't think he knew that he could do.
That's good that you guys brought that out of each other. You know what I mean?
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
that's like you guys evolving together.
Yes, he definitely brought a different thing out of me this time, and I think I brought something different out of him.
That's dope.
This time as well.
It's always a good thing when an artist and a producer come together and they both leave both kind of growing a little bit more. You know what I mean?
No question.
And that's a tip to all the producers out there, real quick, not to cut you off, but we always talk about that, like, producers, find an artist. It's not about getting 1,000 placements all the time, man. Like, find one guy, you know what I'm saying, or one lady, or one group, you know what I'm saying, that you vibe with, that will challenge you. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be your sound. What is your sound?
Yeah,
you know,
is
what
it
I'm
really
saying?
your sound?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like that's
mocking someone else's.
That's a tip, because I feel like a lot of producers do get lost, man, just emailing beats to a bunch of different people when you might have somebody that you know what I'm saying, met at a show, or something like that, where you could build a relationship with and just create something, man.
Yeah, I honestly like hearing the word no after a while. Like, yo, play this beat, like that's cool, but nah, you might need to do so and so. Like, I like hearing that, because I feel like this artist isn't gonna just accept anything, and for that I'm gonna put my time in on this beat, and he's gonna put his time in on the record. And then it just works out that way, because the worst thing you want to do is toss a beat, and then,
but it's also making mistakes.
Yeah,
like, it's also like,
I made beautiful mistakes.
Hip hop artists aren't really allowed to make mistakes. They go into they go into the booth. You like, some people are like, oh, like what's celebrated is hitting it on the first take. That's celebrated, when really if you made a couple of mistakes and tried it again, you probably get a better song,
a better take.
You know what I'm saying?
Find something new.
Facts.
So
very much so.
It's like all that stuff. Like, I've been lucky enough that I met people that allow me to make mistakes. I try stuff all the time that fails, that no one's ever gonna hear. Which is good, but I mean, I get to make mistakes, and it's like, and then when I put out the record, people are like, man, that Mo Pope guy always doing something different. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't, he didn't hear me. How many times I was like, all right, this is horrible. So all right.
Speaking on mistakes, please brief us, if you don't mind, on this New England Music Awards thing that you got going on, man. Because that was a great segue of mine.
I've been wanting to
because
talk to you
I just
about
seen your
this.
Instagram
I've been wanting
when
to
you
talk
had
to you
the
about
whole crowd say, "Fuck you." What's his name? Something Graham.
Joe Graham. Shout out to Joe Graham. Eat a dick.
All right, cool. The second time I've ever heard that phrase on the Beat Club podcast was Dart Adams, and now you. Can you please brief us on what it is? I have an idea on what it is, and based off my idea, I support what you do with it, everything. But let the people know.
New England Music Awards decided to take jazz, R&B, blues, and hip hop out of their categories,
What else do they have left?
which is fine. As far as I know, I've never been nominated for New England Music Awards. Not that I care to, or care about it in any way, shape, or form. But I, just reading it and seeing it. Shout out to Lisa Finelli. I actually saw her post about it, and basically, I wrote something to them, like a little letter, just being like, no, that's not okay, and not for any reason, just being a guy talking. Whatever, and then somebody posted it on a blog, and then it was out there. But this dude could have easily the guy Joe Graham could have easily just handled shit by saying, we made a mistake. Next year we gonna fix it. When I spoke to him to be like, can we have a conversation? Because I want to know what his thought process is. This dude declined.
What? Just straight up cold? Just no?
Yeah, he declined. So, and then went on the air on a blog to, destroy my character. He went on this blog to talk shit about me and who he thinks I am or whatever. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
To me, you cannot have a New England Music Awards and take out jazz, R&B, blues, and hip hop.
Take out
It
black
is-
music.
That's basically-
let's keep it extra
Completely.
funky. How you gonna remove black music, the foundation, all the foundation of the music that you giving awards to, which is like a bunch of like quote unquote rock artists, right? Which is blues, R&B, the foundation
Tell 'em the
of
facts,
that
man.
music.
Yep. Yep.
If it was called the White New England Music
Yeah.
Awards or the
the
Rock
KKK Music
New
Awards?
England Music Awards,
It's cool, Dimitri.
The whitewash awards.
it would have been perfectly fine with me, but that's not what it was called. It's called the New England Music Awards.
Music
And I says
awards.
to myself,
Damn.
I'm from New England, and I say this guy's from New England, this guy's from New England. How do you not know them? Like, and I just feel like that's very lazy. I feel like this dude's lazy, and he does not know music. He knows his friends who do music,
Right.
and he wanted to give them awards.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's fine, but you still owe motherfuckers an apology.
Yeah.
And as for him to go on the radio and try to destroy my character, that's just like, that's why it's not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep on going until whoever gets nominated next year. When they get nominated, I'm gonna make sure that motherfucker says, take my name off of that nomination. You know what I'm saying? Especially if black music is not there. You cannot have New England music if black music isn't there.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of brown people in this city, and it's like, yeah, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, and that's like, I've been dealing with this. All year. I've been dealing with just different arguments, because especially like, with the topic of what our last album is about, and just dealing with race, period, in this country, especially in the city and in this country. It's tough. Now you could say this about hip hop or you could say it's about jazz, but we all know what this is about.
Yeah.
You take all those. There were no black people in the room. Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed there were no black people in the room. That's a problem for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's something, it's always an underlining thing too, man. I mean, for all of us in here, definitely myself, trying to like create platforms in the city for hip hop, just in general, just hip hop in general for everybody, you know what I mean? And it is tough. It's an ongoing thing. And it's my thought process when I saw it was just like, the first thing I thought was like, like, who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, I don't even give a fuck about the New England Music Awards. But at the same time, you open my eyes to the importance of speaking up about it. Like, we did need to speak up about it. But I tend to move, I've personally fought through so much resistance in supporting hip hop in Boston that I tend to just view things as, I'm not even finna say nothing to nobody. I'm just gonna create something. That's just always the way I move. Like, it's like, what? They're gonna shut me down over here. I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna create something. I have nothing to say, but at the same time, it's important for somebody to use their voice, man. You know what I mean? Like, it really did open my eyes to it was dope that you did it too. I mean, it was for you to do, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no bullshit, because as an artist, and as somebody that like with your music, there are no color lines with your music. You know what I mean? Like, you're always in circles, that there's no boundaries to your music. So you are the perfect person for that, I feel like, to say something, because you love rock music. You're supporting bands.
I love all music.
Yeah, I mean, like you support all music, but yet you're present. It's not like you're just somebody that's shut off from that world. You know the artists that are nominated, and know these people. So it was important for you to say something, man. And I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Just to commend you on that because and I know you wasn't really looking for press.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the other thing. I know.
frustrating.
I knew it was genuine. Like, I just know you as a person, and it's crazy. But I'm kind of just used to it, and like I said, it's just kind of like where it's like, you know what, fuck them, let's start our own shit.
Well, you know what's
gonna
good.
ask that too.
I hear that 100%, and I feel like there should be a hip hop urban awards, which I think there is. I think there's an urban music awards.
Yeah, there's an urban, but not even. It doesn't have to be urban music awards.
But the thing is like even if we did create our own shit, to take us completely off the table, I'm not okay with. I'm not okay with the when I disagree or I don't like something, someone saying, well, why don't you go back to Africa? Or when something's not right, someone say, well, why don't you just make your own thing? Mm-hmm. You know, that's cool too. I was like, I get it. We should do that. We should make our own thing, but we also should be a part of their thing.
Yeah, of course. You know? Yeah. We're supposed to be.
I want that too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I heard a bunch of feedback. I heard a bunch of criticism, and I'm okay with it. I'll take it, but I was just speaking my mind, and I'm okay with speaking your mind. Someone's not going to agree, like, you know. But with that being said, I'm not trying to get on the New England Music Awards. I don't care if I get a New England Music Award. Yeah. What I do care about is for these kids at the Hip Hop Transformation, when they get out of their program and they start their careers and making music, they're at the table, you know, and they're not, and they don't eat that, and hopefully they'll never know about whatever transpired ever, you know, right. because at that point, you know, they're seen as equals. Our music is seen as less than by a lot of people, and I'm not okay with that. You know, so it's just what it is. I'm gonna keep fighting for it.
Nah, I definitely support that, because I feel like sometimes you could be that one person that, like you said, you didn't expect any press, you just wanted to speak out. But I'm pretty sure there was other people that felt like you to be like, you know what, Mo's right. You know what I mean? Like, Mo's right. Like, I've been, I have the ability of voting for who gets Grammys. You know what I mean? And I sit there and I sat on an all-white label. Shout out to Rounder, all-white label, and they didn't know really who to vote for in the hip-hop category unless they seen their video, like, streaming over and over and over again, maybe on like a MTV or something at the time. If they weren't familiar with your name, they weren't voting for you. And there's a bunch of other people there on that list that you could have voted for as a nominee, but they was like, okay, Beyonce and Jay-Z. All right, cool. Like, that's it. Yeah, they didn't take the time to really even know the artist. They knew everybody else. Right. And so when you go and look at the Grammys and you're like, how the hell did they get that award? That's why you got a bunch of people that don't know the culture or just the music the way they should know the music enough to vote on it. It's like, you're better off just leaving us out. If that was the case, then that's how it felt at the Grammys past times when I was there. I
mean, we know the history of the Grammys. Saying they played hip hop at the Grammys, and you know, shout out to Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, it's crazy. It would be him, you know. But it was the same thing. They spoke up, and they had to step up and be the guys to be like, nah. You know what I mean? Nah, how you ain't gonna put the biggest selling
like, for real,
genre of music
for real
and not include it on the major show, on the major platform that it deserves to be on. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, it's a constant thing, and we do need to speak up on these issues and these things, and just bring awareness to it. That's what it's all about.
Still do our own shit.
But it's not. But definitely, it's not just us. It's like white people need to do more.
Yeah.
They need to do more to see that. I mean,
well, to me, so you're doing your part.
They need to do more to shed the light on the injustices that are happening, and the fact that things are not on a level playing field. You know, if people see. If all these rock artists that listening to our music and have been influenced by our music for many years, and they get nominated, and they see that hip hop and blues and jazz and R&B is not nominated, and reggae is not nominated,
Yeah, that's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Then why aren't they speaking up?
Yeah.
Why aren't they noticing? Like, you know, so I'm going to be there to be like, I'm seeing you. How do you not notice this? I'm gonna let you know about yourself. I'm gonna let you know. I have to at this point. And at this and it's just one of those things. Hopefully people will follow suit, you know, and the respect level gets changed. You know?
Yeah, I really do. I really do hope it changes, man. And yeah, like I said, it's been an uphill battle for a lot of us, man.
Yeah, man.
Just trying to put on a hip hop show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, trying to find a venue, you know, and you know, like all of these things, man. These are things that I've been dealing with for 7 years or so.
Seen it all
And,
through you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I get it, but yeah, you know, it's definitely time to bring awareness to it, and also starting our own shit and building our we really have to be
100%.
steadfast about that too. Like we have to like take that serious too, because that, I mean, if we don't preserve our culture, like nobody will. Like it's up to us, and it's on us to pass that on to the up and coming cats, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? It's up to us to give that to them, to give them that gift, because that wasn't given unto us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't given unto us. You know what I'm saying? Even shout out to the Boston Music Awards too. Like it took, you know, they always got it to a certain extent, but you know, I feel like they've gotten better with doing their due diligence. It's like, okay, we might not be well versed in these worlds, but we're gonna find somebody that is. We're gonna find a writer that knows what's going on over here.
They need help too.
To figure, they
need help too.
Yeah.
And nobody is you know, they need help too. But with that being said, I think that they're actively changing.
Yeah, we're seeing.
the
Yeah,
time.
we see it. We see it
so-
get better, and we see them get better people involved, and you know, at least vetting artists and finding out who is what. You know what I mean?
And they would never do something as stupid as to cut all the black people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
stupid.
completely out of it.
That's
You know?
Like honestly, if we ever do our own thing, we might just need to incorporate rock and everything else. Like incorporate those other genres. And
Yeah, no, that's
put
what
our
I'm
own
saying.
shit.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
exactly.
insane.
Like,
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
but that's
saying.
what hip hop is.
Yeah, it is.
That is what hip hop is. Hip hop is every music.
Everything.
No,
It's every music.
Everything.
It's like there's no other music like that. So it's like, yeah.
Nah, well, we appreciate you definitely sharing your word, and I mean, for it to expand and catch fire the way that it did, definitely lets you know that people feel the same way. You know what I mean? So,
No doubt.
and like Mara said, I normally don't even pay attention to that, but the fact that you said something made me look into it and be like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, yeah. So, just shout out to Mopo for doing that, man. Mo, I have a question for you because we gotta see about wrapping up the show soon.
No doubt.
When it comes to the whole beats and everything like that, are you one of those people? Because I know you said you like to work with a particular artist, but how do you go about finding the future producer to work with? Do they have to send you something ahead of time? Do they meet you at a show? Like,
I gotta hear the beats gotta be nice, but they gotta be malleable. Like you have to have some type of rapport. Like, you know,
Gotcha.
I'm not really like that's just my process. I know a lot of different people that can work a bunch of different ways, and it's like at this stage of my life, for me to leave my daughter and my my family, like I gotta like you. I gotta be able to spend time
I know the
with
vibe.
you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I gotta, so if we're gonna go in, that means there's gonna be a give and take. That means not everything they want to do is gonna happen, and not everything I want to do is gonna happen.
compromise, everybody's a little unhappy.
Yes, yes. With this last record, the Torch Song record, the Torch Song record we just did, that was one of the easiest records we did.
Word?
Yes, hands down.
Let me ask you a question. If I had to play a record, for our Tracks That Bank segment before we go out,
Yes.
what record, because I'm actually checking it right now because it is on Spotify.
Yes.
All right. What record would you recommend people hearing? Because I think we've heard Torch Song before on here. When Archetype was here.
Yeah.
I would say Tough is my favorite song on there, just because I feel like I went in on that. So I'd say Tough. I mean, it's not the thumper on the record.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you want to hear a well-rounded song and how a song's supposed to be made, I feel like Tough is it.
I work with that. I work with that. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, can we kind of go over to our Tracks That Bang segment and start off with Tough?
Yeah,
let's go.
Hey, yo, Dimitri. I have that song, but I know you have the other two. So we're actually gonna segue into that. It's on Spotify right now.
Yeah, Torch song, man. Everybody definitely go cop that, man. It's and definitely just backlog too, man. Go listen to all the projects,
let
really,
the right
man.
ones in
They're
and stuff.
all super dope. But Torch song is special, man. It's definitely a special project, man. I love it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna take a listen to it right now. You want to segue into it, or you just kind of did?
Yeah, I just did. Do it.
tough.
Shout out
It's
to the
tough.
archetype.
All right, let's take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Tough. TUFF. Tracks That Bang.
The Beat Club.
For my niggas on the bus, dirty sneakers and $40. Trying to find a better way in life, but we surrounded by thieves and murderers. Eat pizza and burn burgers, silver servers that don't serve us. Razor blazing, stash burners, bricks on bricks on bricks. Seems like the whole world has turned a blind eye to all of these project kids. Section 80, I've been on the block watching all the cops getting wavy. TV, what have you believe? We sitting back, fat, back and lazy. This is when all that we got is us. This is when handouts are not enough. Sports programs, art programs, job programs getting cut. And all I'm trying to do is feed my babies, and these killers here is just locking this up. Rocks in the pocket, running out of options. Bodies on the carpet, money in the bank. I don't think there's anything I can do to stop it. The 45, the clip is inside, and I'm looking for reasons to pop it. My predicament is shocking. Living here is very toxic. It seems like everybody's watching, ain't nobody doing nothing. It's alarming. Voted for Obama, we ain't got no fathers. Rappers all artists, put our faith in the revolver, getting chased by helicopters. Monsters are all around us. I'm running from my own problems. I can't even pay the bills. I can't admit what is real. I'm just rapping what I feel. The whole block behind bars. And who will remain this tough? This tough. Will remain this tough? Nobody. Nobody. No. Nobody. Nobody. No. And who will remain this tough? This tough. Will remain this tough? Nobody. Nobody. No. Nobody. Nobody. No. There ain't no jobs. Ain't no supermarkets in here. Only check cash and cell phone shops.
fade. If you want to listen to the rest of Tough, man, you got to check it out on what is it, on Spotify, iTunes.
It's on everything.
It's on everything?
It's on all the tunes. It's on all the websites. It's on all the things.
All the things
On the interwebs.
There you go. So
Check
just
it out.
Look it up. Let them know exactly where they can find you and where they can find the album as well. sir.
STL GLD. Still Gold. Torch song.
That's it. Straight to the point.
Yeah, that's it. Look it up.
All right, cool. Well, I also had some other tracks that came through today. They didn't sound too bad, so I was like, you know what? Let's put them on the Tracks That Bang as well. You know what I mean? So
We all like tracks that bang.
yeah, we like Tracks That Bang. The only thing is we don't always get all the tracks that bang. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually Dimitri, I know you have those other tracks as well. Let's play. Let me actually check right now. This is your show. Can we play number one that was produced by Terracotta Blue? Joint called Coming Home. And it's featuring Solomon Giles. I think that's how you say it. We're going to listen to it right now on the B Club Podcast Tracks That Bang segment. Let's go.
Summertime, I usually in Grenada. Fresh pair of Gucci trainers, touchdown the dirty pavement. Oh, it's only big, I ain't tripping when I'm tripping. If it's women, I be with them. Latinas or conditions. Antigua, I get visions to be in the positions. She'll leave with no conditions. Leave her conditions are different from the regular. Even as a nigga stall, we can chill in the cold. What's it gonna be? Or we can get some jet skis, go across the Caribou. You can take your top off like a Chevy Malibu. Shawty, if you f with me, ain't nowhere to travel to that ain't paradise or somewhere that's comparable. Martinico, see which man it had to do. We could make a move, but everything is lateral. So the next stop, no better than the last. Pour yourself another glass, put your feet up and relax and
The Beat Club.
Yeah, we have to search for that joint later on. So yeah, that was another track that bang as well. We got Mo Pope here.
What up?
You know what I mean? And I don't really think we have any other tracks that really bang just yet.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, we just going, hey, we're going to leave that for another show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now, to everybody else that submitted tracks that bang, I do listen to them. Thank you for submitting, but keep on submitting something else. The mixing is messing up you guys. Like, once again, like, I'm really, really picky on this. I am not going to play anything with shitty mixing because it's not a good representation for the producers on the track, nor the artists, and nor the station. So please go back, mix. Get it EQ'd. Go to someone professionally. If you can't do it, get someone else to do it because it is affecting your mix. And that's a key thing. I need tracks that bang, not tracks that are just okay. That's not the hashtag. So work with me on that one, all right? So we're here right now with Mo Pope, man. We about to wrap up. Mo, you got any words you want to share with the folks right before we leave, man?
Yeah, I just want to, like I said, listen to this record. I think it's more than music. This hip-hop thing is more than music. And try to listen to this record and realize where we are in the state of the country right now. Realize what's happening in your city. Realize what's happening in this music. And that's it. Hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about it.
Cool. They would just hit you up on what? What are you on mostly? Instagram, Twitter?
Hit me up on Instagram, Mo Pope, MOEPOPE, or hit us up on STL GLD on Twitter, or hit us up on, AR Classic website. Do whatever you gotta do. Hit us up. You'll find us. Y'all are smart people, I can tell.
All right. Motivate Marin, any words you gotta share?
Nah, man, just good vibes, good energy today, man. I'm feeling good, feeling blessed. And June 4th, man, the stew. Just looking forward to the stew, man.
Yeah.
Looks like we how many slots we got left? One?
Nah, we got 2 left.
Oh, it's still 2?
But it's looking like those might be gone soon. So
okay,
it might be that August 13th.
Whoever registers first, you might get it.
Yeah, man. So
you're gonna be. Oh wait, we can't get you sloshed on June 4th. Like June 4th you're still sober, Marin, right?
I mean, if it's 12:01.
Marin definitely fell asleep on a Wonder Bar couch before for a second.
That happened, man. It was the chicken. It wasn't the liquor. Man. Chicken.
Shoot.
When's the fast over?
The fast, I do it for the month of May. So it officially ends June 1st, but I usually tend to wait till my birthday because my birthday is June 13th. So sometimes I extend.
We might not wait that long.
But yeah, I'll probably get right with y'all on June 4th. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not, man? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that next stew, man. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. BeatClubPodcast.com, man.
Yeah. And then Artificial Wavy was
June 4th, we definitely got to get sloshed because I'm getting my teeth pulled the next day on Monday. So
so yeah, you need to go in there over.
All right. But June 4th, registrations might be closing pretty soon. So jump on August 13th. Yep. Get on that. And look out for a special guest coming up next week, and also we got Lightfoot next week. Yeah, Lightfoot next week. We ain't gonna tell you. We ain't gonna tell you the June 4th one just yet.
Yeah,
that's actually supposed to be first Sundays, but
yeah, we got a real advantage.
Yeah, we took advantage of something, and August 13th as well. Look out for who might be showing up.
and what we might have out there for you guys this summer. Everybody that's out there that's been rocking with us, that's been showing up to the events, that's been showing up to the stew. We got something coming for you guys this summer, man, because we definitely owe you guys a good time. So pay attention on Instagram and Twitter for all that good information. Are we good to kind of sign out, fellas?
Yeah, we good. Yeah,
good. Yo, hey, Dimitri, can you cue my music, please? Yeah, I love that shit. That shit's awesome. So check it out, y'all. Just remember, it's the Beat Club Podcast. Everything that's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, man. We're here with Mr. Mo Pope. Thank you so much for coming through to the show, eating our pizza, drinking our liquor, and giving us those gems, brother. Let them know what it is.
Thank you for having me, yo.
Yeah. Shout out to my team, Mark, Marin, Artificial Wavy. You guys make this so easy. Shout out to Guy Go to Network. Yep. Shout out to all you guys who submit beats. Come through, submit beats on Beat Club Podcast, BeatClubPodcast.com. I guess because I can say it on radio, I'm gonna say it right now. We out.
You.